and is it's attempting to remake and reboot and give sequels to very old movies that people like. Why? Because Hollywood can't think of anything new. Last year, Home Alone was getting a remake. Does anyone want a Home Alone remake? Nobody does. Most people are going to watch the original movie over the remake. Same thing with Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Paramount is making a remake with Will Smith and Kevin Hart. And yep, they're remaking the movie with those two guys in it. It's just, what is the point of these remakes? What is the point that they're trying to remake these movies? So people can forget about the original version of the movie? You know, there's a reason why nobody remembers the Lion King remake despite making $1.6 billion. And I still think the movie didn't make $1.6 billion because how can a movie that literally the entire internet hates make $1.6 billion at the box office? I won't be surprised if Disney used the same trick of Captain Marvel, buying out, basically, all the feeders and making the movies seem like they sold better than they really do. But that's just a conspiracy theory that me and several other people made up. It could probably be fake, and people actually did go watching Captain Marvel and the Lion King remake and Aladdin. But it does seem pretty sus that every Disney movie last year has made money. It does seem pretty sus as a whole. And then next year, Hocus Pocus 2. Oh yes, like anybody really needed a sequel 30 years after the original release date. And yet, despite what will be a box office smash, again, they could have easily released a sequel of direct to DVD. I think people would have liked it, but doesn't meet up our fans. And it has got quite the cult following. And yes, Disney is making a sequel to this movie 30 years after the movie actually came out. Because, look, this movie's topping Halloween, Sarge. It's already best-selling movies during Halloween. Best-selling, it's Disney and Paramount and other companies. They just want to remake all these holiday movies to invalidate the original. I can't wait till next National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation gets remade. I'm surprised Disney that Hollywood hasn't thought of remaking that. Because really, every single successful IP that Hollywood has made over the past 40 years has been remade, in the 80s and 90s, except for Back to the Future and Jaws, has been remade, or rebooted, or redone, or is blah 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 at some point. It's just, why? What is the point of this? Some of these have been successful. The Creed series has been successful. Jurassic World has been successful. Star Wars was successful at the beginning, but we don't know what happened to Star Wars. But you see Jurassic World. Jurassic World is huge. Creed is big. It's just as big as the Rocky franchise was back in the day. Okay? Those are examples of successful ones. Of Hollywood basically passing down the torch from these old franchises and bringing them for a modern audience. They're trying to bring back The Matrix as well. They try to bring back Man in Black. They try to bring back, all these franchises. They try to bring back Independence Day. It failed. Nobody watches this stuff, okay? Nobody watched Independence Day Resurgence, is one example. So we go to the box office of 2015. We have Jurassic World being successful as on this chart here. And the aspects of probably long-running franchise as well. They brought back Jurassic World. It's the highest grossing, actually it's the second highest grossing movie of the year besides Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. Was it still the highest grossing movie in America? For some reason, it is. They brought back Jurassic World, successful. But look at some of these other franchises. They brought back Mad Max. That was successful. But they kept trying to bring back all these other older franchises. Creed also came out that was successful. I'm surprised they haven't made a sequel to Mad Max Fury Road. But they brought back all these franchises and no one watched it. Tried to remake Vacation. No one watched it. It can make up and it gets, 2016, brought back all these movies, failed. Tried to remake, Independence Day, tried to make a sequel to it. It failed. They tried to make a sequel to all these old movies that people loved. Man, Black 2019, that failed. If we go to 2018, for example, there were lots of remakes and reboots that nobody watched. That nobody cared for. We had the highest grossing movies, Jumanji. They brought back Jumanji in 2017. That Jumanji is now like a global sensation. Okay, But a lot of these franchises they try to bring back. They try to bring back and they failed. Okay? They also brought Halloween back to success. But they try to bring back, movies like, they try to bring, they're on the small one. They try to bring back all these other franchises and they just continue to fail. They make sequels. Tomb Raider, they try to bring back and that failed. To make a sequel to it, but I bet that will probably bomb at the box office. And you have a lot of remakes and reboots up here that completely flopped that no one wanted to see. Holmes and Watson's, they tried to bring back Sherlock Holmes. Failed. Nobody watched it. It's just absolutely absurdity that how some of these had so there have been successes like Jumanji, Jurassic World, Mad Max. They brought that back, and for some reason they haven't made a sequel to that. But we look at the 2019 worldwide box office here. Jumanji, all the remakes in Suo. Oh, they try to bring back the Terminator. That flopped. Went back to National. That flopped. Nobody cares about these remakes. Little Woman. The Addams Family. Okay? Going further down this list. Remakes and reboots from Hollywood. That's nothing but remakes and reboots. And no one wants to see these. Okay? Nobody wants to see these remakes and reboots. Okay? They keep trying to bring back these franchises like 10 years after the original and they just flop. They just fail. Okay? Charlie's Angels, that's another one. They keep trying to bring back these old franchises and nobody cares. Hellboy. Nobody wants to see them. And it's funny how new franchises are being out. These remakes and reboots. We have Abominable outselling freaking, Hustlers, which is a movie that they popped up. But we have movies like The Addams Family and Little Woman being outsold by Ford v. Ferrari. We have Alita Battle Angel outselling Dark Phoenix and Man Back to National. The only remake that seemed to do well is anything of Disney's logo on it. And that's basically it. Goodbye.